Hey all, it's Kat coming to you from the backyard today. I'm actually on my lunch break from work, but I got a new headlamp delivered and I got so excited I thought I would make my next video. As promised, I'm going to be talking about some of the key accessories that I'm going to be bringing with me on my through hike of the Appalachian Trail. So I got the pack and I got some stuff. Let's talk about some of these key accessories. I'm going to start with the headlamp. So as I said, I got a new one. This is the old one. So this was my BioLite. It was one of the sort of first generation ones. It's pretty great. It's really comfy, so it fits kind of right on there. It has a couple different modes. It has like a red light mode. It's rechargeable and things like that. So pretty handy, pretty trusty, rechargeable headlamp. The thing I didn't like about it is that this is the battery. That is the whole battery pack to it. So this is what you recharge. This is the light. So the light is a lot smaller and lighter than the battery pack itself. So while it works fine for, day hiking or car camping, things like that, it's a bit heavy to be bringing on the trail with me. So over the past couple of weeks, I've been thinking a little bit more about the headlamp. I've been doing a little bit more research and talking to some people about that. So this is the new one that I just got today. You can see it's not even out of the box yet. And this is a black diamond Sprint 225. So 225 lumens. Let's open this box up here. So excited about this. I actually got it a couple of weeks ago and I think it got run over by the delivery truck. So I called my friends at REI and they just replaced it for me for free, which was amazing. So I just got the replacement in the mail right before my lunch break today. So let's take a quick look. I don't want this box with the instructions to fly away. It's a little bit windy out here today. But as you can see, it comes with the headlamp itself, and then also the recharge cord. So this is also a rechargeable headlamp. I really wanted something rechargeable. I know, some people prefer to just bring batteries. Some people don't mind the lithium ion rechargeable. Again, for me, it's more about sustainability. I'm trying to phase out a lot of battery operated things just in my general life. So this was also a natural place to continue in that effort. Let's take this out of its little kind of package here. Sorry if you can hear the sirens in the background. I do live in a city. Let's take this guy out, pop it out. All right, perfect. So yeah, it's a nice little headlamp. I know from doing some research, this has a bunch of different modes on it. There's like a tap mode where you can kind of easily tap through the different settings. The strap is pretty comfortable. On the one that I did get shipped that got ran over and got broken, I did put the strap on my head just to kind of see what that was all about, but you can see it fits pretty nice, goes right on the old noggin there, stays really, sorry about the hair, but it stays pretty nice. It can shift, so you have a little bit of flexibility here. Hopefully you can see that on the video. So you can tilt it down if you're doing a night hike or walking around camp at night. So that's gonna be a nice feature there. I think this one may not have the red light mode. I'll put a little note on the video, which is something that I did like, but again, I liked the lightweight nature of this. I don't have that big battery pack on the back. So that's the new headlamp and I'm excited to try it out. If I do try it out on a hike, I'll do a little bit of a better review there. But I'm excited to kind of get rid of that weight for the Appalachian Trail. So that's my first accessory, was my headlamp. Now, because that headlamp is rechargeable, and so are things like my phone that I'll be taking with me for navigational purposes and things like that, I also need a backup battery. I have an Anchor charger. So this is an Anchor charge bank. And if anybody has Anchors, it's kind of like just a little charge deal. So I have a couple different ports in there that I can charge from, and then the cord is in this little stuff sack here. I'll try to put the specs down in the video. I'm not 100% sure what the size is. I tried to go for sort of a mid-size. I didn't want the huge, there's a big long one that they sell. I didn't necessarily want to pack that in my pack, but I knew that I would, be a little bit nervous, even on airplane mode, trying to go out for, 5-6 days without a backup battery pack. So wanted to make sure I had something with me, and then that plays well into the rechargeable headlamp as well. So excited about both of those things. So those are two key accessories. Last time we talked about a little bit more about the stove and the eating situation. So you saw this, my little friendly lighter here. I did figure out it was just out of fuel last time. So of course it's windy, but this time it's actually lit so you guys can see pretty good. I mean, it's really windy out today and this is holding up pretty well. So excited about my Zippo lighter. I do, however, have a couple of other fire starting strategies that I may employ on the trail with me. I may or may not bring them. I haven't really decided yet. I did buy a Soul Mag Striker. So this is a magnesium rod, and you can sort of scrape the flakes off and then use a strike to strike that and light that on fire. So it's just a way to help you light a fire, you know, when you're at camp and things like that. I actually have never used one of these. So I'm planning to take it up to our lake house this summer and try it out and see how it goes. You know, I can certainly light a fire with a lighter or some matches, but I thought I would bring this. My only concern about this is that this piece of it is kind of heavy. So it's not that light, and I'll put the ounces in, but still considering this, thinking about whether or not I want to bring it. It also might be one of those things I bring out because it's cool, and then I drop it in a hiker box at some point on the trail. So stay tuned about that, but that's another fire starter that I have. And then finally, I also have some emergency matches, and these are Yuko matches. They're supposed to be windproof, and they come in this cute little box right here. There's also a replacement striker, so you can see the strike on the side. There's a little replacement there. Supposedly, these are either windproof or waterproof, or maybe both. But yeah, excited to keep these. I actually keep these inside of another bag, but in my opinion, it's always a good idea to have a backup. I probably will be cranky if I don't get to have some sort of hot dinner at the end of a really cold night. So a bummer would be if my lighter ran out of fuel again and I didn't have any backup matches, then I would be very sad. But hopefully I'll be able to kind of stuff these into another bag, stuff them somewhere. They don't weigh anything. They're super, super light, and there's only a few in there, but it's really more of a backup fire starting option. So that's the fire. I do also have a multi-tool. This is Gerber. This is a Gerber multi-tool that I got recently. I had been using a different multi-tool before that had a couple of more options on it, but it was also really heavy. So I still have it in my day pack. It's gonna stay with me as I go on, you know, just day trips, car camping. It'll stay in that pack. But for the Appalachian Trail, I wanted something that was a little bit lighter. So I talked to some of the folks at REI who had done through hikes before, and this is one of the options that they use. So you can see it has a pretty decent knife on it. You can see that right there. And then there's some other options. You know, there's your typical screwdriver if you need to fix something, so you have that. And then there's a few other tools in here as well. So my other one has a lot of options and it's really robust. Everything except like a hacksaw, but I don't think I'm actually gonna need that many things. I just want a knife just in case I need to, you know, fix something, and then a little screwdriver. So that is the multi-tool, the knife that I'm gonna be bringing with me. Key accessory, I'm sure I'm gonna need it for something, so I'll have that guy. Another key accessory is a med kit. So this is my medical kit that I have right here. This is adventure medical kits. It's just a day tripper one, so I got the day tripper light. Technically it says it's for 2 people for 1 day. Let's open it up, and actually this is where I've been keeping those emergency matches as well. So in here you have, you know, there's 2 kind of pockets. One of them is a zip pocket, one's just open. It has your typical med kit type of items in it. It has band-aids, it has creams, it has gauze pads, it has like a really big safety pin, which I'll probably replace for a small safety pin because I don't think I'm gonna need a big one like that. I have some, you know, various wound care type things in there. I will say for me personally, I will be taking a wilderness first aid course before I go on the AT. It's actually already scheduled. It's scheduled for June. So I'm excited to get the WFA. I'm already Red Cross CPR certified and first aid certified, but I wanted to take the course to just figure out anything different that I might need to know while I'm out on the trail. I haven't run into any emergencies while I've been doing, you know, day hikes or anything like that. But, you know, with such a long time out, I know that something could happen and I want to be as prepared as I can for that. So I'll be taking that. With that, a lot of folks say that once you take the WFA course, you upgrade your med kit or change things in your med kit. And I'm sure that that will be true for me. So I'm excited to see how this little friend might change after I take that course. But so far so good. I've used some things out of here when I've got cuts and scrapes and stuff, and then just replace it as I've gone. So this may evolve, but just having a little med kit as safety precaution, always a good idea. So that's that. The other little thing that I have over here, this is a little mini microfiber towel. So this actually can go right on the pack. It has a little loop there that you can just stuff a carabiner through and hook to the pack. This is something probably that's gonna be multi-purpose. I mean, it's a super small little bag, but the towel is actually a decent size. So as I take it out here, you can see it clips right into the stuff sack. I'm not gonna unclip it right now, but this is a decent sized towel. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff with this. So, you know, everything from trying to keep my cook system clean, you know, washing out that pot at night. If anything gets stuck on it, I wanna make sure that I can get it out because that's kind of gross. So things like that. Maybe if I needed to rinse something off, maybe even rinsing my feet off or something like that. If I wanna, you know, put this in a stream and then rinse my feet off. One thing that someone has asked me before is if I'm bringing soap or wilderness wash with me. I do have some that I usually keep in my day pack, but I don't know if it's worth the wait. I am just gonna be dirty, and I know that I'm just gonna be dirty and all my stuff's gonna be dirty. I don't know that it's worth trying to keep everything clean. I'm gonna be doing a Q&A in a couple of weeks. I'm gathering up some questions from friends and family. If anybody has some questions, throw them into the comments on YouTube and I'll try and add those to the Q&A. So maybe as I think about that a little more, I'll add that final answer to the Q&A session that I'll post in just a few weeks. So cute little towel, very, very light, that I can strap to the pack or I can clip anywhere inside the pack. Really, really nice there. A couple other things to talk about. These are my hiking poles. So these came out, these made a guest appearance when I put up the tent, and hopefully you guys saw that fun video. My tent is a 2-pole tent, so I do need both of those to put up the tent. And I have used these for a couple years now. These are Copperdell Summit Compact poles. They're aluminum. I like the aluminum. I know that, you know, some folks want to do that carbon or other materials. I like these because you can put a lot of weight on them and they're not going to bend necessarily. Like these have been through the wars with me on some day hikes where, you know, feeling a little bit unsteady coming down some rock falls and things like that. These have been great. I won't replace them until I absolutely need to. You can see the grips, you know, they have some miles on them, but they're really not that torn up. They're not that bad. And then the bottom, I keep the safety pieces on them. And actually a lot of times, even when I'm hiking, I do, you know, you can take these off if you want. They have sort of that sharp metal tip. I try to, you know, for leave no trace principles, I don't want to be marking up the rocks or anything like that, marking up the trail. So I typically do keep the little rubber feet on even when I'm hiking. The only time I've really taken them off is when I'm using them to put the tent up, because you need to do that so that the tip of it fits through the little, you know, piece, the little round thing that it needs to go through. So that is that for poles. So Copperdell Summit Compact, really great poles, highly recommend. But it's my shit kit. So taking a bathroom break in the woods is not necessarily something that I'm thrilled about or looking forward to, but it's a fact of life and I need to get over it. I am, you know, I've done a few trips, but haven't usually needed to use any type of shit kit, let's say, going into that. So I'll be trying this shit kit out this summer, but I did a lot of research about what to do. Obviously, leave no trace is huge for any type of bathroom activity in the woods. You don't want to be leaving unfortunate things around for other people to discover, and want to make sure that you're not contaminating any water and things like that. So did a lot of research on what to do about that. So to date, what I have so far is typical pack of toilet paper. So this actually stays in my day pack with me, and I have it in my pack today. This is just your standard run-of-the-mill toilet paper. I'm not doing anything fancy. I don't know whether I will start to use wet wipes or anything like that. I've still been doing a lot of research on that. Either way, it doesn't matter because you need to pack it out whether it is dry or wet paper. So either way, we've got to pack it out. I will probably, in terms of the trash and how I will pack out, my plan right now is to line a bag with, you know, some tape so that not necessarily seeing anything untoward when I'm rifling through my pack, but, you know, keeping it out of the woods essentially. I also have this super light shovel. This is the Deuce. If anybody's seen this, this is a titanium shovel. So for leave no trace, you want to be digging a hole for any solid waste. So I'll be using this to dig a little hole. Just a pretty standard trowel. It also has allows you to measure. It might be 6 inches, so you can measure that hole appropriately according to those principles. So very, very light. I mean, this thing, it might be like, what does it say? 0.6 ounces, super, super light. So that's gonna just go in the side of my pack there. The other thing, I'm trying, again, sustainability, to limit the amount of toilet paper and or any other paper that I do need to use out on the trail. What I did get, and this is strapped to my pack right now, I read about this in a book This is a Cula Cloth or Cula Cloth. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce. Sorry, if anybody knows, throw it in the comments. So this is a Cula Cloth. It goes right on the outside of your pack. Similar concept to anybody who's used a bandana or a pee rag before, for any ladies who have used that. This is a little bit just sort of a next level version of that. This outside with the design, this is waterproof. So you can use it without having fears of getting any urine on your hands. And then this inside is an antimicrobial cloth. I think there might be, I'll have to remind myself and put the comments in. It might be some sort of like a silver fiber or something like that, but antimicrobial, which is gonna be great out on the trail. Don't wanna try and risk any infections. And again, it clips right onto the pack. So it clips onto itself like this, and then it also can fold up. So if anyone is particularly sensitive and doesn't want to show anything to the world, anything that may have got on this cloth, it kind of folds right up. Maybe you would consider it ladylike. It's a rag. So but yeah, excited about that. I think, you know, it's easy to wash out, similar to a bandana, but again, just kind of like that next level, waterproof, and then the antimicrobial inside to reduce the risk of infection. So really handy there. Very nice, very light, just a cloth. Cool thing. The last thing I do have strapped to my pack, which is so cute and everyone is gonna love it, is my compass. So it straps right onto the pack. So I have it on one of my shoulder straps right now. Look at this thing. It's tiny. It's so small, but it works really well. So I did a couple of tests with it around the house. This is Sunto. I believe I got this on, I think I got this on the Gossamer Gear website. So super, super small, fits right on the pack. It has, I'm not sure if you can see it on the video, but it has kind of like a clip at the end. So I've been sliding it around up and down the pack strap and it hasn't fallen off. It's actually kind of hard to get off. So I really like this option. You know, for me, I don't know if I'm in sort of like a, oh my gosh, I don't know where I am situation. I don't know if I want to go digging through my pack for some sort of this big compass. I don't think I need a huge one. So I did find this little mini one. I really like it because I also think it's really cute. For me, that today is all of the key accessories, all the critical accessories that I'll be bringing with me on the AT thru hike. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed these videos so far. Please feel free to subscribe and suggest any other videos you'd like to see.